Hi, everybody. Swimming pool time. It's warming up. It's summer. Holidays are almost upon us. Let's take a drill down into the swimming pool situation. As many of you know, we've written quite a few articles about this, and I remember, I remember quite a few years ago. The late 1980s. I think it was around about 1989 through to the early 90s. In fact, there was a weekly program I remember on TV called Rescue 911. And I remember when they focused in on swimming pool drownings, I couldn't even watch it. That's how it really bothers me. Swimming pool safety, to me, is paramount. If you're in a body corporate and there's a swimming pool, trustees, if that swimming pool gate area and that area is not safe, don't be a trustee. That's all I can advise. From it's serious. Okay, so let's not delve too much on the negativity. Let's see what we can do about it. Okay, so there's a few resources that you can refer to, and one of the very latest resources, which I'm going to say is like very high up on articles to definitely read. In fact, if you're a trustee and you haven't read this article, you definitely have missed out on a very important article. Managing agents, portfolio managers, every single one of you needs to read Karen Durham's article recently. You can find it on the Stratafin website. Dr. Karen Durham has written an excellent article on swimming pool safety and the laws around it, and more or less what you need to do. Okay, so go there. Okay. We've got a couple of articles. I put them up, in fact, on this very subject. We spoke last year on TVDM, had hosted a video on coming up for the holidays, where I chatted about various risk factors. Swimming pools was probably the one I spent the most time on. I referred to these two articles. They're still on our website, so please go and have a look at those. I've also put together everything into one landing page, you could call it, or PWA, a page where I've just put all of these links and resources together, which link will be below here, and you can go and find it. And then, of course, I'm going to just tell you what you should perhaps look at. And I'll tell you the approach. I'm not a risk survey expert. I'm not an attorney who deals with liability, not at all. I'm an insurance advisor, a broker, and I've been around for many years, and I've been a trustee in many schemes. And I pull my hair out when it comes to swimming pools. Just some interesting figures. And you know where the swimming pool problems are? Mainly around, believe it or not, the more upmarket schemes. Okay, if I get in my car now and I go through to Santon and I was to just take any 10 schemes in Santon with a swimming pool, I'll bet you 9 out of 10 of them, something will be wrong on the safety, especially around the gates. Something will be wrong with the gate safety mechanisms. Okay, so I think your target, your first sort of main area of concern is that gate around the swimming pool area. That thing must close. That thing must shut automatically. And if it shuts automatically, I'm telling you, you're 90% of the way. Just think, can a toddler get in here? Can a toddler ever get in here if for a few seconds they're unsupervised by their parent? They toddle off. Can they get in? They're attracted to water. Can they get to that swimming pool? That's the key question. So really hold the gate back, go and see if it shuts automatically, and if it shuts automatically, then it passes the test. If you pull the gate back even slightly ajar and you let go and it clicks and it doesn't shut, it can still be pulled open. You failed the test. Okay, and it is critical. Out of all the safety measures, that is the most important one in my view. So please get that right. I'm going to shout out to a scheme of ours who we look after. I'm going to say the word Madikwa. Well done, trustees. Well done, estate management. Well done, managing agent. I think estate management, I know in that scheme, they've got very, very prudent trustees, very prudent. And they've got a brilliant mechanism where it's a magnet, and I mean, you can't undo that. It's a magnet system. And I think that's what I really liked over the last year or so. That's the best one I've seen. So try and get some sort of mechanism at your swimming pool gates wherever you can. And I'm going to put it in this sort of format for you. I always like to suggest that if you're looking at something that, oh, where do I start? Always start with the center of the problem. For example, I always say I was taught this. I was taught this by a mentor, actually. If you're studying towards exams, start at the exam and work backwards. It's a very basic thing. Get the past papers. That's a starting point. What crops up most, and then go backwards. If you start at the beginning of the year when you started studying, you're going to almost have a mountain Mount Everest in front of you. That if you start from the top down approach, it's going to be much more structured and easier for you to deal with. Likewise, when it comes to dealing with matters of swimming pools, let's be morbid about it. Let's start at the accident. A child has just drowned. Okay, so let's start there. A child has just drowned. Now, what should have been there to prevent that drowning? What should have been there? Okay. Was there a sign up? And these are all the questions that will start popping up after a drowning, because the fingers are going to be pointing everywhere. And trustees, you're in the firing line, definitely. Managing agent, especially if you've got an estate management of that scheme under you, you're in the firing line. Okay, definitely. Did the managing agent advise the trustees that this is what you need to do? You're our paralegal advisor. Is the estate manager responsible for making sure that that gate is well maintained and shut? Was there a sign up there for an emergency number that somebody could have phoned or called if there was a child who's just been lifted out of the swimming pool? Yes or no? Is there some sort of tool or buoy or pool noodle or pole that somebody can reach in and pull somebody away? Yeah, maybe there's somebody at the swimming pool that also can't swim and there's somebody busy drowning. Is there a stick that can be pulled out? I'm not saying these are laws. I'm saying that, are these questions going to be raised after an event? And of course, the big question is, was the area safe in the first place? If that child could have come through that gate, the body corporate is dead. Okay, so we don't want to see that ambulance outside the swimming pool. Let's prevent it. And of course, rust, there's no excuse. Body corporate hasn't got money, no excuse. You find the money and you fix that gate. That's a must do. I really hope that Dr. Karen Durham's article, I hope that videos like this, the presentation we did last year, are speaking about it all the time. I know Marina Constas, I remember on the one of the WISTs, we spoke about this being something that we really, really need to focus on. And if we can all take extra care, we're definitely going to save a life. There will be a life saved. We probably won't really acknowledge it. Not that we're looking for any acknowledgement, but I'm quite sure that if we all did the right things, we're going to reduce those stats. The stats are there. Somebody is going to drown this Christmas in these holidays. Somebody's going to have a terrible, or a scheme and the family are going to have a terrible time. We don't want it to be ours. Let's make sure that our schemes are safe and the swimming pool gates shut properly. Children are supervised. We haven't got alcohol at the swimming pools. There's no glass allowed at the swimming pools. Remember, if something goes wrong, look, one of the questions I'm going to ask is, were the rules being enforced? The trustees and the body corporate do have an obligation to make sure that the rules are being enforced. If the rules aren't being followed, then you can put measures in place. There's ways to deal with it. If you have to, you might get to a point where you've even got to appoint somebody at the swimming pool when it's open. So it only gets unlocked if there's a security guard watching if need be, but the rules do need to be enforced. Okay, people are buying their rights. If I'm buying into an environment where there's a swimming pool, or I'm a tenant and I'm renting in a swimming pool environment, that's what I'm paying for. And I expect me to be able to go and use that swimming pool because I've paid for it. It better be open and it better be safe. Okay, so that's what you're paying for and you're entitled to it. Okay, there we have it. I hope that helps. I know that I'm being very not like, ooh, friendly here in this particular video. I'm trying to be assertive when it comes to dealing with this very, very important safety issue. Right. Have a good one. Be safe, everybody. Get those swimming pools right. And of course, don't forget, please like this video. Please share it. This one you can share far and wide. This one, no, not for marketing purposes, for safety purposes. Share this one. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got lots more coming, especially next year. We're very excited about some of the stuff that we're going to roll out next year. Okay, so there we have it. See you again.